Everyone, it's Pam from Glam Junk Journals, and today I'd like to do a flip through of my latest journal. I am calling this my Sunset Victorian Junk Journal, and this was a custom order for a lady whose favorite color is orange, and she requested that I use colors, not only orange, but other sunset colors that complement orange. So I went with yellow and green, and I used some cream and some burgundies and reds. So let me tell you how I made this. This is made out of cardboard box, and it has a 3-inch spine, so it is quite chunky, and it measures 7 by 9.5. It's got 126 pages and 3 signatures that are secured with a hidden binding and a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So what I started out with was I looked through all of my fabrics, and I absolutely love doing that. And I found a Victorian pattern, and let me show you what I came up with. I love this pattern. This was from, I think, Ralph Lauren, and not that that matters, but he has really cool patterns. And so I built everything off of this Victorian pattern, and I just absolutely think it's gorgeous. And so from there, I gathered some oranges, and I found a yellow tablecloth at a thrift store. I took it home and washed it, and I absolutely love the deep, vibrant, it's kind of gold, and I thought that went perfect with the sunset theme. And a bonus is it had all this lace all the way around it, so I'm excited to have some of that left over. And then from there, I just gathered some other patterns and some appliques that have that, the same color scheme. So I layered the upholstery brocade type of fabric over the cardboard box, and then I layered some of that orange upholstery fabric underneath, and I started building the layers from the ground up. I found this image of a vintage seed pack, and I could not believe the colors went exactly with what I was going for. So I knew I had to use this on the cover, and that is the inspiration for the whole cover. So I layered some of the applique, and I created a little pocket behind some of the fabric there. And on the bottom down here, this is a pin that I got at a thrift store, and I don't know if you can see it, but they have these little danglies, and they're all orange little rhinestones. So that was fabulous. And here is a bit of my snippet roll. You guys know how I love to make snippet rolls in all my journals. So this is a little piece of that, which I attached onto the bottom. And along the top here, that is a vintage earring that is attached with some E6000, and I put some gold tulle behind it because I love sparkle. Use some corner brackets on all 4 corners, and along the side here on the spine, this is a really wide piece of trim that brings out the burgundies in the pattern of the cover. So let's go inside. This is tied with a grosgrain ribbon. It's kind of a teal, not really teal. It's, I don't know what you would call this color. I'm blanking here, but it goes along with the greens in the picture on the seed packet. So let's go inside. The journal is lined on both the front and the back with that orange fabric that kind of has some gold flecks in it. I created a pocket here with some lace, and here is one of the tags that we made together in my collaged layered tags tutorial. So that gorgeous vintage lady on there, and these are 2-sided. So we'll put that back in there. And I will link at the bottom the Etsy shop that I got these gorgeous vintage images from. The Victorian patterns are just some of my favorites, and this has all the colors that go with the journal. So And let's see, on this page, it is a fold out with a pocket up at the top, got a snippet at the bottom, and then another pocket here that has a bunch of ephemera inside. And on this side, there's a pullout with one of my vintage ladies that we created together in another tutorial on adding images to, adding color to black and white images. So in this journal here, the lady requested a lot of interactive pages, not so much for blank pages for journaling, so I did my best to incorporate that throughout the journal. Got some stenciling over here, and this is a vintage ledger, which I love reading that. It's dated 1905, and of some music sheets that have the orange coloring, vintage dictionary page, and this is a gorgeous image of a Victorian hat catalog. And I copied that onto some more of that Victorian paper that I got from the Etsy shop. And on this side, there's a clip that I attached with just a little pocket there with a Victorian couple on the inside. There's a little two-sided pocket there and a Victorian greeting card, and then just a little tag there. I did do some stamping and some stenciling throughout. And this is one of the pages that I created, and I did do a tutorial on a page how I created this collaged page. And so it's got some tuck spots here. It's got one right underneath there. So you can add some more, goodies, and a tuck spot up at the top there. And on this side here is a side pocket. And we've got some more ephemera in there, a vintage postcard. And here is one of my tags that we created in the tutorial, another one on adding color to black and white images. So I think those Victorian children look adorable. Here is a coffee stained paper with a stencil, a belly band here made out of some more fabric that I got at a thrift store. Got a little tag there, and of course some Edith Holden. And then on this side here is just a flip up with some more of the fabric that I used on the cover, and a corner pocket here with another one of my layered tags with some goodies on the side there. Aren't they cute? Oh, I love that. And then of course I did have to add some added embellishments on the side. This was from a tablecloth that I got at a thrift store. Here's a corner pocket and some more goodies on the inside, and just a cute little image of a Victorian child there. And that is also a tuck spot there. It's a little envelope. So that goes in there. And then on this side here is another gorgeous image here, and let me clip off of there. And then underneath that there's a tuck spot right here and a tag, and on the other side another Victorian greeting card. So those clip along there. And this is the actual page from one of the magazines that I got. Some of the images in this journal, it's a fashion journal, a fashion magazine about how to sew, petticoats and undergarments and dresses. So I absolutely love that. Another side pocket here with, what is this, an applique and some of that gold trim that I love so much. Got an image there. And another cute little girl who looks like she's in trouble. Isn't she cute? So those tuck right in there. And then here is another one of my collaged pages that I created, another spot to hold some goodies there. I put a little piece of gold cardstock, and this is a from a dress that I got at Goodwill. I just love the appliques, and it's layered with some doily that has been tea stained, and on this side just a little fabric side pocket, and then I clipped a tag on that, and there's more of the other side of those pages, little fold out there, and here is a flip up that I created with some of the fabric in the used in the journal. And this is an actual page from a children's storybook from the 1890s. And I did collage, or excuse me, not collage, Mod Podge over the top to give it some durability. And I added it onto a piece of file folder because on its own it was just too fragile. So I made that very sturdy, and I just thought the coloring went really well. And a little lesson from the Complete Speller. So those get tucked under there. And along the bottom here is another little pocket that I created with another cute little girl with her puppies. And so that fits right in there. And you can also stick something behind. So all that goes underneath the flip up. That's the end of the first signature. And I did create 2 altered envelopes in this journal, and this one is in between the signatures, and on the inside I've got a vintage postcard and some other vintage magazine ephemera, and then along the back here is a vertical belly band with another vintage postcard. So here is the second signature, and this signature is tied together with a cream colored ribbon. So let me get that open, and that is attached onto the outside page of the second signature, and it creates a belly band all the way around. Here is another one of my pieces of my snippet roll, and underneath that I've got a card of some Victorian couples. They look like they're at a I don't know if it's a ball, but they're being entertained by the piano player. And here is a fabric card that I created with some of the fabric that I used. And I got this particular fabric from a friend of mine who owns an upholstery store. And she was so kind to send me some of her offcuts. And so this is one of the bookmarks that I made from that. So those 2 stick right back in there. I'll flip this over here. And another one of my collaged pages, isn't she pretty? Standard screw fashion shoes and boots. My pa is going to buy me a pair. He says they are the best in the world. Well, there you go. And then here is a layered paint chip card that I collaged and added some fabric on there. Vintage magazine image that I thought the coloring went really well. Some more of that Victorian paper. And look at this gorgeous lady. Oh, I love that. And I just added some little bling on the bottom, some tulle and some lace and, excuse me, a wax seal. This is a lace-covered page that has been sewn all the way around. And here is a bigger piece of my snippet roll with all the fabric. And I've got 3 little bits of ephemera. This is a vintage postcard and a little file folder. And this is from my autograph book from the it's about 1930. It says, "Dearest Audrey, roses are red, violets are blue according to you." From Nellie Mae, 1931. Oh, I love that. So all those fit right in there. I wanted to use a lot of vintage and Victorian images throughout this journal. Here's another one of my collaged pages. I had so much fun doing these collaged pages and layered pages throughout this journal. It was so much fun. So much fun. So definitely check out that tutorial. And so we've got an embossed card there, and another card there, some more of that gold cardstock, and a little image of this cute little girl with her spaniel. Aw, I love that. And so we've got tuck spots all the way around there. And here's a little fold out there, a doily. And this is the center of the second signature. This is one of my envelope stacks. And I've started doing these in journals, and they're really, really a lot of fun to do. They just give the pages a lot more, if you're looking for that kind of thing, a lot more interactive pockets and tags and just things that you can add onto and inside each of the envelopes. So that image, and then on the inside, and all the inside pages have been lined with coordinating paper. And here is another one of my collage tags. I was going to use this as a page, but I liked it better as a tag, so I cut it down and sewed all the way around the edges. And it's got a wallpaper belly band there that has a couple images, or I should say an image of a vintage lady, and then just some cardstock on there. So that fits right back in there and fits right inside the pocket. So that goes along there. Fit that guy in there. Here's another little pocket that's made out of wallpaper, and a journaling card on the inside, a little bit of my snippet roll, and here is a vintage postcard tucked into the side of that envelope with some Victorian dolls, so those fit right back in there. And I really love all the coloring here, and it just went so well with the whole sunset oranges and golds and yellows, the theme there. I just love it. Another beautiful page there that has a pocket at the top. And then on the inside, or excuse me, on the back side here, I clipped on a couple other cards right there. Cute little Victorian girl and a little envelope that I created. So those fit right in there. And here is another one of those layered pages that we did together, and it's got some ephemera stuck in the top and some trim at the bottom there. And on the back side here is more of that dress with the appliques and some of the lace from that tablecloth. I created a belly band there, and it's got on the side here a couple little bits of ephemera. I've got a vintage letter that is printed on some, it's like a tracing paper, and a Victorian postcard. If you love me true, you can tie my shoe. Love that. I love the postcards, the vintage postcards. And then on this side, I created a fold out, and this is the little tab, so you can tell it's a fold out. But first I created a frame with a Victorian child feeding her kitten some, it looks like tea, I don't know, and then, just some added fabric, and then fold out here, so this folds out all the way, and I added some more ephemera on the inside. Here's 2 pockets. I created an altered playing card with some of those same images from that Victorian hat catalog, and this beautiful lady, and another postcard. So those all fit right back in there. And this folds up. And then we've got clipped, we've got another layered paint chip and some music that had all the pretty colors that go along with the journal, so I had to include that. And here is a corner tuck and another paint chip card and another gorgeous couple, another postcard from Luther Simons to Evelyn Hall. Oh, love that. Oh, it's so fun. There's more of that vintage magazine. I've got some more tucks right here. Just some mini ephemera that I created in my tutorial that, was just cutting up pieces of paper and cardstock and scrapbook paper and just making little bits of ephemera. So that goes great in there. Another one of my altered playing cards, the Victorian greeting cards, and this is all tucked into a pocket right there. So that all goes in there, and I added some stamps. And here is the other side of that stretchy lace belly band that ties together the whole signature. And then there's some more on the inside there. There's another one of my little booklets. And then here is the third signature. Now this page here was a acrylic paints instructional booklet, and I just thought the colors went great. So it's showing you all the different colors to use to create this gorgeous flower image there. And I added some scrapbook paper. Start over. Scrapbook paper. There you go. And then on this side, here's a layered belly band, so you can put, little bits of ephemera there. And I added 2 little cards of Victorian children with their pets. So those fit right in there. Got some more pages there. We've got some patterned vellum. Here's another side tuck with another autograph page. I love reading these. I have to read it. That the smile of lads' approval may rest on you, and that your life may be prone to others. I'm sorry. I should have read this ahead of time. I can't read it, but it's from Mrs. Getz, which is probably her teacher. So, and another. What is this? This is called a, I'm drawing a blank. It's like a Victorian trading card, and it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it. It's printed on some raised paper, and all that was written on the back was Edna. So that was cool. Another one of my layered collaged pages. Got a corner pocket up there, and I did add some fabric on there. Let's see, another little fold out there. And here is a pocket that I created on the bottom, and with another one of my little booklets there. And clipped on the top is another card that's like a fold over. So you can stick something in there on this side or on this side. And this is a doily that I tied just in the center of the last signature. And what it holds is a belly band here with another vintage Victorian child with her puppy. And here is another one of my altered window envelopes. And I don't know if you can see it, but on the inside, this has been embossed. So the plastic has been embossed, and I added a tuck spot there with another Victorian child image and a vintage postcard just to blanch. And on the back, there is another pocket and some more ephemera. So that goes right in there, and that gets tied together. And here is a pocket that is sewn across the top and underneath. Got some ephemera, and this is a vintage booklet, I guess, if you want to call it. You can fold it out. And then another one of my altered playing cards, and those all fit right up in there. And of course, you know me, I have to add some bling on the pages and that kind of stuff. So, and then here is another one of my collaged pages. Got a clip with another cute little girl with her puppies. And this is a pocket here that holds some ephemera underneath. So a light fruitcake and a, I don't know what this is, probably a money order. And then some more of that. There's that tablecloth and another page from that children's book that had been Mod Podged and added it onto a file folder so that it'll be sturdy and won't fall apart. And then there's 2 more pages, and here is the last page. And this is another one of those layered belly bands. So you can put something behind the front layer and the back layer. And what I put in there is the other one of my layered tags. And I did add that button at the bottom. I absolutely love that. And on each side of this image right here, or I should say this piece of paper right here, I did create a pocket so you can add all sorts of little goodies back there. And there is the back side, and that fits all right in there. And as you can see, this is the back of that page that tells you what acrylic to use to create this. So we've got the yellow and the crimson and the burnt umber. I love that. And then here is the belly band on the back and a Victorian greeting card that absolutely is the colors that I use throughout this journal. I'm so excited. Love that. And I just did some stamping on the back. So there you have it. My Victorian sunset junk journal. I absolutely love this journal. I cannot believe that, you know, the coloring went so well, because when I start out with a journal, I have an idea of the finished result, but some of the time, I mean, you just don't know how it's going to turn out. But this vintage seed pack just brings everything together, and I absolutely love this journal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.